In the United States, where the President-elect Joe Biden has announced that one of his first acts when sworn in next month will be to ask Americans to wear a mask for 100 days. Now, he won't mandate mask wearing, but Biden will request Americans do so starting on the day he is inaugurated, that is January the 20th. Now, Biden laid out those plans in an interview yesterday with CNN, where he also said he would be taking a coronavirus vaccine publicly. That part of plans to demonstrate a vaccine is safe. Now, that interview coming as the United States is gripped by a deadly surge in coronavirus. Over 2,900 people died of COVID-19 on Thursday. That is one of the highest daily death tolls in the US so far. Well, for more on what is happening in the United States, we can talk to our Washington correspondent now, Kethevane Gorjestani. Kethevane, first of all, Biden asking Americans to wear masks. Are people likely to heed that advice in your view? Because we do know that mask wearing has become quite a political issue in the States.
It is definitely a very political issue, and it has been almost since the start of the pandemic, very highly due to the president himself, Donald Trump, who from the beginning was trying to go against the push of public health experts to get people to wear masks. You saw him multiple times refusing to wear a mask. We saw just recently some holiday parties at the White House where people were simply maskless because at the White House there is no real enforcement of mask wearing. And so it has become really a dividing issue. Basically, to draw this in broad strokes, if you're a Republican, if you're a Trump supporter, you're very likely not wearing masks, at least not as much as public health experts would like you to. And if you're a Democrat, if you voted for Joe Biden, you're much more likely to be following the mandates in your state and to wear masks as often as it is required. As you said, this is not going to be a mandate because Joe Biden cannot do that. But he is trying to lead by example. He's trying to put out the messages that public health experts wanted to see coming from Donald Trump all those months. And he's trying to do that to maybe also help local officials push their own mandates. Because think about this, there are only so far 13 states who still to this day do not have a statewide mask mandate. All of those states are Republicans, and some of them, even the governors, the Republican governors, are fighting with local authorities, city mayors or county officials who are trying to put in local, smaller mask mandates. That's true in Florida, where the governor, Republican, big ally of Donald Trump, has banned local officials from enforcing mask mandates. And so Joe Biden thinks that if he puts out the message, he will get people on board with that mask wearing throughout the country.
Now, Biden also saying, Kethevane, that he will take a vaccine as soon as he can. He wants to persuade Americans that it's safe to do so because we know there is quite a lot of skepticism about vaccines in the States, isn't there?
Yes, public health experts say that at least 70%, even better if it's 75% of the country needs to be vaccinated in order for this vaccine to be really effective in protecting the nation as a whole. Right now, if you look at the recent polling, probably around 58, maybe 60% of Americans say they will take the vaccine when it is available. So we're still like 10% short of that 70% needed. And so that is why public health experts and leaders like Joe Biden, like Kamala Harris, are worried that people are not going to want to get that vaccine. We saw Joe Biden saying he'll take it. Kamala Harris said it also in that interview. And of course, you had just a few days ago, former presidents George Bush, Bill Clinton, and Barack Obama all saying that they will take that vaccine in public, probably on TV, to try to bring back the trust in the vaccine. And that is because you have quite a bit of people here in the United States who are very distrustful of vaccines. You have the traditional anti-vaxxers on both sides, on the far left and on the far right. Then you have the problem and the issue of minorities distrusting the government because of past issues with testing on minority groups. And so that is going to be a big problem. And then there's the distrust in the Trump government, and that is one of the issues here in the U.S.
All right, Kethevane Gorjestani, our Washington correspondent, thank you very much indeed for bringing us up to speed as to how things look where you are. Now, meanwhile, here in Europe,